You must have heard of me.
Klaus Mikaelson, the great evil.
Big bad wolf.
Half vampire, half beast? You're the hybrid.
At anyone who's laid eyes on him. I mean, we're talking centuries of truth mixed with fiction.
For New Orleans kids, we hear stories about the evil Klaus Mikaelson.
Time when the name Klaus Mikaelson was little more than a rumor. A shadowy figure who cast fear into the very bones of any who heard whisper of him.
Falls to resume your life as the hated one, as the evil hybrid? Is it so important to you that people quake with fear at the sound of your name?
People quake with fear because I have the power to make them afraid. I am Klaus Mikaelson! I don't need anyone, nor will I be warned by lesser men.
You made our lives a living hell. You torment.
When blood relations let me down, I don't stop to reason with them. I remove them.
Others may tremble at the mere mention of your name, but
I am the thing that lesser men fear. People have been after me for 1,000 years, and I am always one step ahead. Boast as I slaughtered whole villages, fed my way through thousands of innocents. You are the most ruthless, wicked beast to ever live.
There is no power in love. Mercy makes you weak. Family makes you weak.
Repeating the same destructive cycles over and over again. You are the architect of your own unhappiness.
I haven't cared about anything for centuries.
you long for nothing, you care for no one.
Us is stark, raving mad, not to mention completely irredeemable.
Is you have gone mad from centuries of hating your parents.
I myself prefer Klaus the Mad. Do spend your time leaving me alone for all time. There's the briefest of moments before we kill where we literally hold their life in our hands. And then we rip it away. You think you can defeat me? What call evil, I believe to be an appropriate response to a harsh and unfair world. I thought it would leave a fitting message. Don't touch my family. So gathering other people's letters or writing their names on a wall, it's a reminder.
Just don't want to be alone.
But in the end, we're left infinitely and utterly alone. For you to believe I am the monster they would paint me as. I love my family. You, Elijah.
Leave her. I gave my word.
There was a time. I only ask that you remember the oath of loyalty you once swore to me.
I'd have done anything for Klaus.
How old were you when you promised to always protect my father?
And I made a promise to you.
Elijah is not just any vampire, and he doesn't break promises.
My noble brother.
It's not like the noble brother to keep me waiting.
The noble Elijah.
Elijah is a noble man, Stefan.
He's so moral.
A noble martyr.
Elijah is the noble stag.
Protective, fierce, and yet noble.
You don't make it easy to love you, brother.
He dedicates himself to everyone but himself.
Love is a vampire's greatest weakness, and we are not weak, Elijah. You tend to give your word at the most inopportune times, brother.
He has a long history of getting himself into trouble.
And I'm guessing you have a long history of getting him out of it.
But do not make me break my word.
We do not feel, and we do not care. And yet you are obstinate in your desire to do so.
You cared about her, didn't you?
There are consequences for those that care. It's a common mistake, I'm told. Because I cared too deeply for her. It's one I won't make again.
Still, it is just like you to spoil my fun.
We did once. Oh, not necessarily.
I wish the others were more like you. We've had a deal.
We are not on the same side. The deal is off. Our deal no longer stands.
This is what befalls anyone who bargains with Elijah Mikaelson.
Are you negotiating with me? You have nothing left to negotiate with. No, I swore you would not die. By my brother's hand.
Elijah's very careful with his words.
I said nothing. Now that you are free, my own.
He promised to protect my friends. He never said a word about me.
Well, you are welcome to wager against me.
And Elijah hides from no one.
You would dare threaten an original. You will lose.
You call yourself the noble one, but you're a killer. Just like your brother.
I had no choice.
We all have a choice. The moral side raised is now the mask.
With your mask of civility
Worn to hide ancient demons.
and arrogance, you're every bit the abomination I am. You still cling to the hope that I can be redeemed.
I'll forgive you your sentimental affections.
for the thing you call brother.
And if the bastard can be saved,
Even you, Elijah, with your claim to nobility, you know better.
then maybe there's hope for you.
Illusion that I have created over the course of my life.
Sure, you dress it up with your fancy suits.
Noble stag.
Original vampire always wears a suit.
Nothing more than a deception.
You choose your own family always.
No, I did everything that I could to protect. I protected our family!
Coveted the duties of the eldest brother, in which case you have near on a millennium to fix the problems of this family, and instead produced 9 centuries of failure.
After all, you've abandoned your eternal efforts to save my soul.
And even after all his vindictive lies about which has led to my death, you stood by him, all because of your vow.
Family above all.
What's left for the legendary Elijah Mikaelson without that singular motivation?
Hello, sister.
Elijah. Then that leaves Rebecca.
Fierce Rebecca,
Your tragic sister.
willing to risk everything on the chance that she might one day find happiness. Rebecca doesn't do anything half speed, and that includes falling in love.
Don't tell me you like this boy.
Emil and I are in love.
Oh, what did he do? He gave you 5 seconds of his attention? It's pathetic.
I want to be with Stefan.
How she continues to hand her heart to any man who shows her a hint of affection.
Don't be so predictable, Rebecca.
He promised we'd be married.
You really are a hopeless fool.
Go right ahead. Laugh at the girl who loved too easily. He wouldn't do that to me. Took me 1,000 years.
Oh, but he did.
And hundreds of betrayals
Sorry, Rebecca.
to realize that love and caring
Well, he wasn't good enough for you.
ruins you. No one was ever good enough for me, Nick. You made sure of that. Emil wasn't the only boyfriend of mine that Klaus killed. He did it again and again every time I found someone to care about. He just kept doing it until finally I stopped falling in love. We're a predatory species. That is why I don't let myself care. We don't have time to care about humans and their silly little lives.
Well, you can say that, but
Is that why you did that runway show earlier?
we both know it's not true.
Because you don't care about the homecoming dance?
Why do you care so much about a high school dance?
I don't, I was just bored.
Right.
I never really had time for high school before. I lived for centuries looking over my shoulder. Nick and I were always ready to run at a moment's notice. I might go back to that. Running. I don't want to run anymore, Nick. All we do is run. I want to live a simple life as a normal person.
Aren't you the perfect vampire?
That's why you're so great at being a vampire myself. Isn't it obvious? You chose this. But I didn't have a choice. It's all an act, Stefan.
And what could you possibly want with the cure?
Being a vampire is miserable.
See, unlike the two of you, she always did cling to her humanity.
What is it you want, Rebecca?
I want to be human again. Same things that I have wanted since I was a child.
You are my only child, capable of unfettered joy.
I wanted to be human.
And you're happiest amongst humans.
I wanted children and a family. I want a home. I want love. I want a family of my own. I want someone to love me. I would give anything to be human.
I've seen you yearn for that life,
And I want to live.
for love.
How do you know that being human is the answer you're looking for?
Love, friendship, possibility of anything happening.
It's nothing but a romantic notion.
You would have loved it.
And why is that?
Because as much as we both hate to admit it,
I learned that she's just a girl.
we care about those things.
I want that. A life with context. She loves blindly and recklessly, even if it consumes her. I want to have children and grow old.
Rebecca, we've been together for centuries.
I want to be human. Through it all, we are family, and we made a vow.
After all, we all swore the same vow.
The day you all swore an oath to stand by one another.
I'm sorry she turned her back on you. I will never do that.
Nor will I.
You listen to me. This changes nothing for any of us.
But you still love him.
We are here for you, as we shall be always.
Neeeklaus is right. We made a vow.
He's my brother.
Family above all.
We stick together as one. Always and forever. That is why we stick together as one.
Will you stay with me till the storm ends?
Always and forever. I'll always stay with you, Rebecca.
I will help you and I will stand by you. I will be your brother.
That's what.
Whatever trials may come, we will face them.
We'll protect each other.
Together, as a family.
Like we always have.
We'll be all right. We will be all right.
Always and forever, Nick.
And we remain together. Always and forever.
The strength in such vows.
Only together can we defeat our demons
We fight for those we love.
and save our family.
Klaus, Elijah, Rebecca.
1,000 years, I've trusted you. For centuries, my only
party of three.
Saw a glimpse of your coveted.
As a family.
Family united.
Always and forever.
We made a vow. 1,000 years ago, we three made an eternal vow.
Why do you want Klaus's body?
He's my brother.
Nick was my family.
They may be dysfunctional, bickering lunatics, but they stick together no matter what.
Protect each other.
We remain together.
Always and forever.
Always and forever.
Always. Forever.
They hurt each other more than anyone, but
If you were after him,
If you come at him,
you were after me.
you come at me.
whatever it takes. Being vicious when it comes to protecting each other.
Whatever it takes.
Can't let you hurt my
I
family.
will not let you hurt him anymore.
I betray my own brother.
Stand against me. For him. Always. Choose him.
Do you really want to fight the both of us?
Attempting to kill us, my mother strengthened the bond between my siblings and I.
First instinct is to defend his blood.
Rest until I bring you back.
And if I have to burn that city to the ground.
I don't need hybrids. I have my family.
If you come after my brother, I will rip you apart.
Thank you for not abandoning me.
Even when you hate him, you still love him.
Klaus handed you to Marcel in a box.
Always and forever.
Yet you still don't give up on him.
Even though he locked you in a coffin for 90 years?
Well, I've given up on giving up.
I guess when you spend 1,000 years with someone, deciding to quit them is like losing a part of yourself.
The bond of family blesses us with an immeasurable power.
In the end, we recognized the sacred bond of family.
But we also must accept what comes with it.
We are capable of doing terrible things.
There is one thing you never thought me capable of.
It gives us a responsibility to love without condition.
But we are also capable of forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Always and forever.
For 1,000 years, we have been honoring a vow to stand together.
Family above all.
Family above all.
I mean, those words are as important to me today as they ever were.
You know, as much as I've savored the joy of tormenting you throughout the years.
Nicholas, sometimes our sister acts without thinking. She's short of temper, she's quick to fall in love, but she loves you.
You will always be my brother, and I will never stop loving you.
I must confess, you all mean everything to me. Elijah, your loyalty and your counsel and your love.
Today I did things I abhor to protect the one thing I value most. You know, difficulties aside, I value my family above everything. My family.
It's probably the only reason why I've survived as long as I have.
The promise always and forever.
The bonds of family far outweigh anything else.
It anchored you, filled you, grounded you.
Families fight.
However angry he is, I know my brother.
For 1,000 years.
In spite of our differences, Rebecca, there is no one I would trust more with my daughter's life.
Endless torment, fine, but he will never let me die.
Nothing must prevent us from saving our sister.
Take me instead.
Nick, no!
I will not lose Rebecca.
Such bonds trump petty jealousies. They overcome ancient feuds.
But when push comes to shove, you can always trust a Mikaelson.
They are capable of allowing one monster
to back another Mikaelson.
To pardon the great sins of another.
Choose what we are. To be or not to be was taken from us by Esther, and Michael stole it.
No longer wish to be a vampire. It's your choice.
What will you do with your immortality?
Purpose of my life, my unrelenting desire, has always been
Now you're not burdened with saving Nick's soul.
your redemption.
What if there's nothing after this? No peace. Just darkness. Live the life you've always wanted to live.
And I finally get it.
My sister.
We face it together.
I'm not going to leave you.
You'll never leave, Klaus.
As always.